Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I got this affordable fall full coverage glam. Yes, full coverage, matte skin, but still some glow and a nice little lip and eye combo. So let's go ahead and get started. I already started off by priming my face with a mattifying primer. So this is the e.l.f. Lock On Face Primer. And we're going to move straight into foundation. And I am going to keep it matte for this entire look just because fall time is matte time for me. So this is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation in 48 Desert Beige. I've been trying this out for a couple weeks and I really have liked it for a good lightweight matte foundation. I was actually trying it out because they wanted to work with me on this video, so I am partnering up with Catrice on this video to tell you guys about the extended shade range that they have. So they went from 4 to 18 shades, so there definitely is a bigger range for people to choose from and hopefully get their correct shade, and hopefully they can even expand more in the future for future launches. That's definitely something that I would like to see, but the bottom line is I really, really have been liking this foundation, and I know that a lot of people have liked it, but now there's just, you know, more shades to choose from. And one thing that I really liked that they included in the PR box, so this was the PR box that I just showed, but one thing that they included is this shade finder, which I think is really cool, and you could totally screenshot this if you want to have it on hand. It actually shows the undertones, so there's neutral, cool, and warm undertones. This tells you which shades are those undertones, and you can find your own undertone by looking at your wrist. If you have more green in your veins, then you're probably warm undertone. If you have more blue, then you're probably cool undertone. I actually have like a little bit of a mix, but I tend to go more towards green for the most part. You could see like most of them are green, but then there's like one blue right there in the middle. So I can do both neutral or warm, but I typically go towards warm undertones just because I find that they fit me a little bit better. So just something to keep in mind. One thing that I definitely wanted to tell you guys is the way to apply this foundation, because I found that the best way is with a brush actually. So that's what's gonna give you that full coverage that we're all looking for. Like I said before, this is a great lightweight foundation that has a mattifying effect. So I just take it and I squirt it right onto the brush, and then I'll go in and apply it. So I do like kind of stroking motions first, and you can see it just covers all of that discoloration I have. I actually had like a really bad picking session. I picked at my face so bad last weekend. And this was the foundation that I turned to because it does give me that full coverage without caking on to like a lot of the little blemishes and stuff like that. So I actually thought today was a good day to film this video so I could show you how I'm actually covering the spots and stuff. I also had some sort of allergic reaction here, and I don't know what it's from or why. I just got to the studio today and noticed it under the lights. But it doesn't hurt, that's the weird part. And one other thing that's pretty cool about this foundation is that because it is so lightweight, you can definitely continue to layer on and it won't feel heavy on the skin. It almost feels like just skin when you're wearing it. I actually wore this when I was traveling in Michigan last weekend when I went. I'm telling you guys, I traveled 13 hours in one day and I was wearing this foundation, and when I got home I didn't even feel like I had anything on my face, and I fell asleep with my makeup on accident because I felt like I didn't have anything on. It was the weirdest thing, but it lasted 13 hours of traveling and it lasted pretty darn well. Now we're gonna move to the eyes. So I'm just gonna take some of my concealer and prime my eyelids. And I kind of feel like doing something fun, you know, something fun for fall. I was thinking like a yellow, something with yellow in it, and then a vampy lip. But I don't really have anything planned, so we're just gonna play it by ear and see where my creative juices take me, basically. I did pick up some new palettes from Ulta yesterday. So I got the Morphe Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette in Ring the Alarm. I felt like this had really nice like fall colors in it. Super pretty. And then I also got this one called, I don't know the names of these, sorry guys. But I got this one called Dark Magic. I actually really wanted the yellow toned palette from this same collection, from the Vault collection, but they were out of stock. So I did get this ColourPop Yes Please palette, and I was thinking to use like this shade right here. I feel like ColourPop shadows are actually pretty pigmented. I think I am gonna start off with this shade right here, which is called Full Zip. Right there. And I'm just gonna take that and set that concealer that we put down so that our other shadows can blend out really nice and easily. Then taking the Ring the Alarm palette from the Morphe collection with Jaclyn Hill, I'm gonna take the shade Rush, which is this guy right here, and I'm gonna pop that into the crease. So I want the crease to be like super warm and inviting and fall time, pumpkin spice vibes, you know what I mean? I'm just taking that on my MAC 217, and I'm making a circular motion towards this inner corner. And when I get to the inner corner, I'm not bringing it down to the tear duct. I'm actually bringing the brush almost in the same line as my eyebrow so that it creates a bit of more of an elongated half circle. I'm liking that. I'm liking the tone of it. So I'm gonna stick with this palette for a bit. These palettes were actually like pretty affordable. Each one was $15, which I don't think is too bad, especially because so far from at least the one shade that I used, quality seems pretty good. So next up, I'm gonna take this shade down here called Mugshot and just deepen up that crease a little bit more. And I'm using a slightly smaller brush now. This is the Sigma E25 blending brush. Trying to keep that shade a little lower. Ooh, I really, really like that. And you do wanna make sure to deposit most of the shadow here on the outer corner, but you definitely do want to bring this in over here because when we put the yellow down, we want to make sure that there's some, like a darker shade on top of the yellow so that it really stands out, so that it can really bring a pop to the eyes. Then we're going to use this guy right here to deepen up that crease. I think I'm going to do that with a pencil brush to make it super duper precise, like right up in this little edge right here. I honestly really like the tones in this palette because they match each other really well. They're very cohesive. It's a really nice fall palette, honestly. Pumpkin spice vibes all the way. And you want to go back in with your slightly bigger brush, the E25 from Sigma is what I'm using, and just blend that out. I kind of use like pressing motions to really mesh the colors together and get a nice gradient going. Now that we have these nice tones set down, I'm gonna take some of my concealer and create a cut crease so we could add on that yellow shade and really have the eye look pop. So normally I wouldn't take the concealer so straight across, but like I was saying before, you want to follow that brow bone line for this look because we're doing a little bit more of a dramatic cut crease. Normally you just go like straight down here towards the tear duct, but we took it a little higher today. Now we have a nice big space for our yellow Mischief. It's called Mischief. This guy right here. Nice bright yellow from the ColourPop Yes Please palette. And I'm going to pack that on with a MAC 239S. You want to use something that has a nice flat edge and preferably something with synthetic bristles because I find that for packing on the shadow and packing on the pigment, synthetic fibers actually work better. We do want to blend out this outer edge a little bit, so I'm going to take that same brush that I've been working with, if I can find it, the E25 blending brush from Sigma, and take some of those same shades, mostly these two, and I'm going to use that to diffuse the edge of this a little bit, like right here in this outer corner. You can always go back in and like blend out the edges too if you feel like you need it. That's pretty much the eyes. Almost complete. We just need to add on some lashes and some, am I even gonna do liner? I'll do a little bit of liner just to hide the lash band, but we're not doing like a wing or anything. Okay, so I am going to actually use a brown liner just so that still kind of melts into what we have going on up there. This is mostly for this inner corner because when we put our lashes on, it's way easier to make your lashes look a little bit more natural and just stay on your eyes a little bit better when you have a slight bit of liner. So for my lashes, I am going to be using Lily Lashes, which is one of the only non like super affordable brands that I'm going to be using, but I really, really wanted to use something like this that's very wispy. Let me take off the top so you guys can see. But see how these lashes are super like wispy and they have these spaces in between? I really was looking for something from the drugstore or something affordable to match these, but I honestly couldn't find anything. If you have any suggestions for lashes that are like this, that are from the drugstore, leave them down below so I can try them out and potentially use them for next time. But for today, I am gonna be using these. These are like $30 each, but I will say, I know that that's not like that affordable, but I will say that they last forever. Like I had one pair of Lily lashes that I swear I used like 50 times and they were still a-okay. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out, but I know that that's like one of the only things that's not gonna be like super affordable in this tutorial. That's why I didn't call this a drugstore tutorial. You know what I'm trying to say? I just said it was affordable. So these are in the style Lila. And I'm just going to place those down. Kind of move it to where I need. I don't normally wear lashes like these, honestly, but I wanted something that was gonna show like the colors underneath. So I needed something super duper wispy, but I don't use stuff like this very often, actually. And I like to take the back of my applicator and press the lashes down into the lash line and then kind of lift them up from the top, and I feel like that's what makes them sit the best on my eyes. I'm honestly so excited for fall makeup, you guys. Like every time fall comes around, I just get so excited for like the vampy lips, and I feel like bold is in the fall. You know what I mean? Bold. We're trying to be bold, and I'm ready for it. Summer makeup is already canceled and we're moving to fall. Let me tell you guys a little tip of mine. So you never want, see how when I'm blinking, like the top is a little bit shiny? You don't want that. So you need to go in with a black eyeshadow and a really teeny tiny angled brush and go over the lash band so that it's not shiny at all. And it blends a little bit better in to your natural lashes. So that's what I do to cover the top. And then for the bottom, I'll be honest, my favorite liner to use is the Sigma one because it's retractable, so you don't have to sharpen it so that wood doesn't like scrape the inside of your eyelid. So that's the one that I would normally use. But because this is an affordable tutorial, I'll give you guys an affordable option. But just know that that one is actually my favorite just because of the retractable tip. Oh my God. I found one that's an retractable tip. Okay, so this is the Physicians Formula liner, and I'm gonna use this to go underneath here, underneath to tightline. Definitely recommend using something that has this retractable feature. If you have a traditional liner that's black and you use it to underline the tightline area and it has the wood showing, it can honestly scrape your eyes and hurt so bad. So I don't do that anymore, and I only use retractable ones underneath here because that has happened to me way too many times. But this is a really good way to hide that space underneath the lashes that is separating like your lashes from the falsies. For the rest of the face, we are going to go on to concealer. So this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Eraser. I don't know why I said it the opposite way, but I'm gonna take this and go underneath the eyes, on the chin, up here on the forehead, obviously down the nose. This is also another lightweight product, so honestly it's gonna be a nice foundation routine for you guys if you are looking for something that is affordable but also full coverage, because I'm telling you, this concealer and foundation combo is so good. Like, it will cover everything you need it to cover, honestly. I mean, you guys know and have known for a long time that I have loved this. I think I've been using this for like 5-6 years now, like years and years and years, and I still go back to it no matter what because it is just gives you the right amount of coverage. It is looking full coverage up in here. So next up, we are going to bake because no full coverage foundation routine would be complete without baking. This is really important if you want your foundation and your concealer to stay all day long, because it almost creates like an armor or a barrier for your foundation to not wear off, because the science behind it is actually pretty cool. Your powder heats up with the heat of your skin, and that's what creates that barrier. So that's what keeps your makeup in place all day long. And you want to bake anywhere where you particularly get oily or you crease. So for me, that is underneath the eyes and then around the smile lines. Oh, I didn't even say what I was using. So I'm using the LA Girl, hopefully you can see that I already poured powder in there, but the LA Girl Pro powder, and this is the banana yellow shade. I'm gonna take that on my blender and just press that into the skin. I've really been liking baking powders that have a shade to them because it doesn't leave me with that white cast at all, and I get less flashback issues. So I take that, I press that into the skin, I bring that over to the side a little bit, then I repeat that on the other side. And if you want to slim out your nose, you can even take the baking powder and press it along the sides. It almost creates a guideline for where you're gonna want to put your contour down, your nose contour. And then when I'm going for really, really, really full coverage, I will actually bake a little bit up here towards the forehead because I get oily there throughout the day. For my contour, I'm gonna be using the NYX contouring palette. I'm gonna take this guy right here from the NYX contour palette and use that as my contour while we let the baking powder sit. So this is a nice time-saving tip because you can let your powder bake on your face while you go ahead and move on to other steps. I'm gonna take that and use pressing motions to press that powder into the cheek and create a natural shadow. This is a bomb drugstore contour palette because the shades in here, the contouring shades, are honestly very neutral to cool tone. So depending on your skin tone, you can find a good shade for you. And especially from the drugstore, this is by far the best contouring palette that I've tried, just because it does have like a nice range to choose from. Plus you get the highlighting shades as well. And I don't see that much in drugstore contours, but you do get that in this palette, so I like that a lot. If you're just looking for like a single contour shade, I would definitely recommend the NYX blush in the shade Taupe. It's bomb, but I broke it. Okay, look at that contour. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's very like cool toned. So it looks very natural once you have the rest of your makeup on and once we blend it out with bronzer, which I will do right now with my Butter Bronzer. So this guy, I'm gonna take in sweeping motions up towards the hairline, and you wanna go really light-handed so that we can blend out the contour shade that we just put down and just create a beautiful gradient of warmth on the cheek. Do you see what a difference this side, like that makes, this side versus this side? It just helps to mesh everything together on the face. And take it under the chin too. Look at that bronze. Even though this is fall makeup, I like to bring bronze wherever I go, okay? Fall, winter, spring, summer, I'm bronze all year long. For my blush, I actually wanted to use something that had a bit of like a burnt orange tone to it. So I found this blush from NYX. It's the Down to Earth blush. And I'm gonna go ahead and smile a little bit. Brush that onto the apple of the cheeks, but then actually brush it backwards to connect with the bronzer that we put down. It's very subtle, but I think it will work for this look because we already have a lot going on with the eyes and we're gonna be adding on a vampy lip, so I feel like it's okay, you know? For highlighter, what highlighter should I use? I brought a couple to choose from. I got my Maybelline Glow Down Wet n Wild highlighting powder in Golden Flower Crown. And then I also brought this CoverGirl Chocoholic Contour Palette. Okay, we're gonna try out this new one from CoverGirl. So this is the Chocoholic Contour Palette, but I'm gonna take this highlighting shade, the more golden one. Looks pretty powdery, actually. I'm gonna try it on the high points of the face. Ooh, look at that. Okay. I feel like it goes really nicely with the eye look. Some highlighters always show up like silver on my skin tone, so I like it when I find stuff that has a bit more warmth. The lip is the only other product, I know, I'm sorry. The lip is the only other product that is not gonna be completely drugstore, but I really wanted to use this lip color, and I don't think that I can complete this look without using it, to be completely honest. Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted. You guys know this is one of my absolute favorite colors for fall time. Not only is the formula good, but the color is amazing. It's like the most beautiful chocolatey brown, and I think it's gonna go so perfectly with this eye look. Like, I'm so excited right now. I just feel like the tones of the eyes with like the yellow and this is a very different fall combination, but it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Don't worry, I got this. And if you need to, you can take a lip brush of some sorts. This is actually not technically a lip brush, but it's what I use to line my lips. So this is the Morphe E19, and I'm gonna take some of the lipstick on this brush, and then that's what I'll use to go in and line the lips, since I didn't use a lip liner today. You can save the money that you were gonna spend on a lip liner and just buy this Dose of Colors liquid lipstick because it's honestly really good. So we're almost done. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of this shade and put that right onto the outer corner just to finish off the eyes and kind of tie everything together. But I want to keep the bottom lash line a little bit more clean today. I'm not gonna smoke it out too much. I'm not gonna like add too much to that because I just want it to look very top heavy here, you know? So to finish off the eyes, we're just gonna be adding on some mascara, and you can use any mascara that you have on hand, but just something to finish off the eyes a little bit. For the last step, I'm taking my Maybelline eyeshadow in the Glow Down and adding some inner corner highlight, some brow bone highlight, and also I added a little bit to the center of the nose to kind of bring that out. You know what I also forgot to do? Contour the nose. I am forgetting everything, so we'll just do that really quickly. And I'm just gonna use my butter bronzer to contour the nose. It's actually good that we wait until after the highlight because I like to do this so that I have, again, sort of like a lining of where to contour and where to go around. It kind of gives you like a little bit of a stencil. All right, so that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again to Catrice for partnering with me. I really like how the look turned out, honestly. Super full coverage, matte skin, a nice fall eye and lip combo. And I will list all the products that I use down in the description box if you want to check anything out. And if you want to check out the foundation that I talked about, obviously I'm gonna have it listed like I just said, but I also have a little discount in there for you guys, so good. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Whoa, you guys. Wow, I could have been a fruit basket holder. Beige, beige. Gotta roll it off the tongue, you know, beige.